Hello, this is Bill Bullard with RCAF USA, the voice of the independent cattle producer in the United States of America. Well, events over the weekend have sent a resounding alarm about the perilous fragility of our entire U.S. cattle market. Of course, I'm talking about Friday's fire at the Tyson beef packing plant near Garden City, Kansas. On Monday morning this week, the Cattle Futures Board opened and locked limit down, and today, on Tuesday, it did the same. How did a fire at a single beef packing plant cripple the entire Cattle Futures Board? But that's not all. It sent a shockwave through the cash market, and early fed cattle prices this week range from $100 to $108. That's down from about $113 last week. And on the other side of the fence, boxed beef prices are raging hot. Some, if not many, independent cattle producers are losing a lot of money right now. Something is seriously wrong with our entire market structure when a single plant closure can wreak havoc throughout the entire industry. The big four packers have about 23 plants. Together, they can kill 92,000 head per day, and that represents about 85% of the entire fed cattle market. The burnt Tyson plant could kill about 6,000 head per day, or about 7% of the Big Four's capacity. So closing just 7% of the Big Four's plants spells disaster for cattle producers? Something is terribly wrong here. But it isn't like the industry didn't know that closing a single plant can destroy profits and even destroy feedlot businesses and all the feeder cattle producers who sell to those feedlots. The industry did know because we've been telling the industry our markets are broken, and we've already seen clear evidence of market failure. In January of 2018, RCAF USA sent a letter and a request for an investigation to the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee. A request pointed out that in October 2017, the JBS beef packing plant in Souderton, Pennsylvania was temporarily closed because it was delisted as a certified packing plant by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Our investigation revealed that the closure of that single northeastern plant resulted in cow prices falling $5 to $10 per hundredweight, and at least one private news source reported that cattle prices were depressed in Pennsylvania, even while cattle prices were increasing in the rest of the United States. We also told Congress and the industry that this northeastern incident of market failure mirrors the market failure previously revealed in the Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico cattle buying region, where, as in the Northeast, competition disappeared because there were too few competitive cattle buyers in that region to sustain a competitive marketplace for U.S. cattle producers. The Big Four has also sought to reduce available plant capacity, ostensibly in a bid to increase the efficiency of their remaining plants. Of course, the plant closures had the added bonus of reducing competition for the available supply of cattle, making it easier for the packers to get cattle bought cheaper. However, this reduction in plant capacity has left producers significantly exposed, as the events of the past week have shown. Even leaving aside the question of whether the Big Four have periodically sought to collectively throttle their slaughter volumes to their advantage, something we allege in our class action complaint, the tightness of slaughter capacity in this country leaves very little margin for error. And when there is an error, like this fire, it is the producer who is made to carry the bag. The price drop has effectively resulted in producers providing Tyson with a free insurance policy and Tyson's friends with an unearned and unjustified bonus. And this is why the entire beef packing lobby wants you to look the other way, even when crystal clear evidence of market failure is staring you in the face. The beef packing lobby does not want the market structure changed in any way, even though the current market structure leaves producers very susceptible to large and unpredictable losses whenever any plant is taken offline. How much equity do independent producers need to lose, and how many financial losses must they suffer before they realize that they must join organizations that are working for them, not against them? RCAF USA's 20th annual convention will be held this week in the Lodge in Deadwood, South Dakota, Thursday and Friday, August 15 and 16. Every cattle producer should be there to discuss this ongoing problem and learn of the solutions we are pursuing. Of course, we'll also be discussing other important issues that impact the profitability and independence of America's cattle producers. I urge you to join with RCAF USA so that we can become large enough and strong enough to permanently fix our broken markets. Now, with that, we're out of time. We hope you have a productive week. Thank you and goodbye.